Hey, what's up guys? It's Super Hybrid and I haven't made a video in a while and I'll explain everything that's been going on recently, but I am fine. Just been a bit busy lately. Before we start though, I'll give you a quick rundown on things I've changed for my equipment. So I'm level 103 now. I've banked up a decent amount of gold. I've been hitting Ballyhoo every day. She gives about 60 to 80k gold per ad you open, which is actually a lot at this level, believe it or not. So I recommend you guys do that. So I got charisma to 200. I'll explain why in a sec. Next, I'm going to work on dex and then strength after. I'll get all of them to 200. So for my inventory, I basically just cleaned out things that I'm not using. So this is really standard. My water weapon's really weak, unfortunately, but everything else is pretty in line with my level. And what we're doing for armors is we have the 4 Soul Nico armors, or 3, because I wanted to use Fusion for wind, but once we level up, I'm not going to go and quest out for this again. I'll be using 4 of the Soul Nicos, all 4, because the no drop is the Soul Nico that's Earth and Light. So we're covering all 8 elements basically once we have the 4 with these. And they also stack Nico charges, which is really important. So other than that, nothing's changed, but we'll mostly be using these to boost our pets and guests, just faster damage and everything. And this is not even a good fire shield, so don't use it. This is obviously one of the best wind shields, and we're just using these because we're lazy, the 4. Um, oh, actually, no, we're not. We're using them because 2 of them use charisma. They check your charisma to reduce damage, and then 2 of them check your luck or something else. 2 of them check your charisma, 2 of them check something else to reduce damage by a decent amount. Um, So that's why we needed charisma to 200 because that's the max amount you get benefits. You can still get more, but this is like you get diminishing returns after a while. So what we're gonna do today is Burning Solstice Part 3. So I did 1 and 2 like months ago or weeks ago, whenever they came out on my other accounts before I started making videos again. This is a really cool storyline. So, uh, well, unfortunately, you can't play through 1 and 2 right now. Um, at least I don't think so. Usually for events like this, you have to wait for the whole saga to be released before you can replay them completely. So for now, we're stuck with just part 3, but it's definitely nice. It's a nice storyline. I'm gonna go slower so that you guys can read it. I haven't played through this part yet, so I'm saving it for you guys, and this will be my upload, obviously. So I'll let you guys read along, and if you haven't played through 1 and 2, it's kind of unfortunate because there's no way you can access 1 and 2. But yeah, it is what it is. So I will try to be uploading more frequently. What I've done the last week or so is I've been ordering new parts for my PC, and I've just been upgrading it, and did a bunch of hardware, software stuff recently, but now we've got everything settled. Everything's still good. I didn't make any substantial changes to it. It's just some things I felt like I needed an upgrade. Like I installed a second solid state drive. I upgraded my RAM. Just got a couple extra sticks because I have 4 slots on my motherboard. Uh, Actually, the big thing I did was I did upgrade my graphics card. The old one I had was still pretty good, but I wanted something more modern. I don't know if you guys are into PC stuff, but basically I'm transitioning over to Turing architecture, which is the newer architecture for graphics cards. Before it was Pascal, and now Turing is just the new, basically. So that includes all the RTX cards by NVIDIA and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I won't do like a setup video or anything because I've never done IRL, but um, if like I do feel like at one point I might do like a room tour or setup, but that depends on if you guys want to see it. Yeah. Anyways, we're back here. We're going through this quest, Xerxes. If you guys remember him, he was one of the bosses from like that was considered unbeatable like what 10 years ago. And then yeah. All right, so we're pretty set up for everything basically. Like we're pretty well geared at this point. So we can go with is this which one's water? Um Honestly, I don't remember which one's water. Dark wind. Do I not have water? Oh no. Okay, I'm done. Oh, I didn't even do it right. Where's my water shield? It's Soul Defender. Soul Luna Defender. Yeah. And then energy. So we'll go for Judgment. Fire Light. Okay, yeah. Mogstero should do the trick here. So what I like to do is I'm just gonna use this. Like I really don't like using the Zedfinity gauntlets, but since I have them, I might as well use them. I'm still using an inefficient version of this, which I might use the what do you call it? The oh shoot, it's these two. Wait, no, it's this one. So now we're just boosting everything. So you can see our stats are pretty stacked for our pets and guests. What was I gonna say? Uh, it was something to do with Nico. No, it wasn't. Something to do with Zfinity. Yeah, they're like I have them, so I might as well use them. They don't really improve my battles that much. They just save a bit of time. And for the Essence Orb, Ulster mentioned that I should be using the lowest level one, which I think I will do. Just because it will take more clicks, but you'll sacrifice less HP, so it's more efficient overall. And that's definitely more important than anything else. So I'm just gonna explain why this setup is so good using 3 or 4, or like covering all the elements with Nico. So you can just use the Nico armors. Sure, you'll take a bit more damage, but your damage output overall will be insane because you have the 4 passives you can use, and then you're charging Nico stacks every turn. I think it's 5. I'm pretty sure it's 5. After you attack, that is. So you get or it's 4. It might be 4 or 5, but it looks like it's 5 right now. Um, but after you get those stacks, you can use Cataclysm, which is 100% extra damage to pets and guests. So basically, it's 10% damage increase over a large period, but it's actually better than that because you get to choose when you use Cataclysm. And obviously, you would use Cataclysm in a moment where it would be really important, like on a boss or something. So you can save your stacks and what the hell? So yeah, that's what I was gonna say about that. Like here, obviously we don't need to use it, so I'm not going to. Because this isn't like a bothersome opponent. We're just gonna basically use it on any tough opponents, and you can like using Cataclysm gives you a huge amount of burst damage. Especially, why am I using this pet for this? Yeah. So what I really like about the new request is they actually give you some different background to look at. A lot of the like they actually worked on the artwork, as you can see. For some quests, it's just a really stale, like you can tell that it's just meant to be there. But this actually matches with what you're doing in a way, so it's really nice. So let's go back to Lion with our Luna and Fire. Energy, nah, fire. We'll just go with Flame. Did I even boost him? Did I? Oh no, I did. Okay, and then, yeah, Mogstero will do the most damage. Um, so I'm just gonna use Cataclysm. Actually, no, we'll save them. We'll save them. But yeah, the other advantage, because you already see that this using the Nikos will give you a huge advantage. You get stacks across every turn, because they stack upon each other. You can't mix Soul and Luna, I don't think, like the stacks. And obviously the passives are different, so um, I would recommend using Soul for players that have similar builds like me, just so that you can get the boost on your pets and guests, because obviously you can boost them already, so you'll do more. It's definitely worth it to get soul. Of course, if you're a Dunamis or Thurnda Ranger, you would want to use a pure um, Nico setup with Luna. Obviously, because you're not going to be using your pets to attack. I would think that would be really strong as well, but this might be stronger because you have three things attacking one turn, and you can boost a couple of them, so it just feels a lot more powerful, if you guys know what I mean. Um, like overall, it makes more sense that way. So this guy has 3,000 something health. Um, I think we will go for 250 strength, 250 dex, 250 charisma. We'll do it in the order of getting charisma, dex, and strength to 200. Then we'll work on charisma to 250, dex to 250, and strength to 250. I think that's a good ordering for how we want to do it. Strength is it's good for damage, but it doesn't help our pets and guests at all. Dex is important because it does help for damage, not as much as strength, but it also increases bonus to hit and blocking for both pets, guests, and us, which is really important. What else is there? There's not much else to it. You can see that I am slightly more leveled, so I've been playing like on not every day, but I have been on. Um, Level 103 is actually like I thought we would be stuck at level 60 to 70 for a while, but seems like because there are ways to level up faster, it's so easy to level up nowadays in the modern world using house guard farming, which I recommend because playing through the lower levels, as fun as it is, and I'm showing you basically what it's like. It gets stale, and also you have to always think about, oh, I'm not gonna be able to get my what is it? I'm not gonna be able to get all your gear right away because Mastercraft sets you have to go individually for. So that's annoying, but yeah, it's not terrible. Let's see here. Let's just equip the Essence Orb and then we'll hit him with the pendant. Yeah, this one's got pretty good dodge, so we have to be careful. Um, but most gear you can upgrade, but things like Fusion, Twilight, all those Mastercraft sets that you have to like that have the entire set for, you can upgrade them, so you have to go back and do it again. So I won't be doing any of those until we get to max level. And we will go and make an individual video for each piece of gear I get because they will take a long time. And it's just nice because you get to play through the whole thing at max level. And some of them are actually challenging. A lot of them, there's a bit of luck involved with the rolls because if you get bad rolls, you can you can just get severely screwed over. I think this is a wind attack, right? Yeah. Um, fire, wind. Let's just go flame bot. But yeah, it's definitely worth doing. Getting all the right pieces of gear. I don't think using the Nikos is like sure we'll do more damage, but it's way less efficient than just getting defensive armors and equipping myths that get us to like 3 or 4% modifier for defense. I think it would be 3 for most of them. So that means we're gonna have to get a bunch of defensive myths like Head of Radius Dragon and just a bunch of other things. Zardate is currently one of our only defensive items. I might transfer over a Space Stone just because it's so strong, but I feel like that kind of it feels like cheating, but it isn't because I have it. But it feels like it because it's just using something that Zillow didn't obtain. So I don't know what you guys think about me using Zfinity gauntlets. Personally, they all they do is they're just like a win more kind of quality of life miss. They're obviously like insanely powerful, but um, like they're not gonna be strong unless the rest of your gear is strong. Because like you have to make use of your misc by having strong gear. Otherwise, like what's the point of getting all this SP, all these boosts, all these debuffs on your opponents? So if you already have good gear, they won't change much. Like they'll just it's a win more, like I just said. Um, So for you guys out there who are wondering if these are rare, yes, they are permanent rare. They're in the limited time shop during the end game event, which makes sense. But you didn't really miss out on much. Um, they're they're just there. They're just how they are. Like you can totally get replacements for each item. Like Shadow Feeder Pendant is a good way to, and even the Vamp subrace is a great alternative to the Time Gauntlet. Space Stone is kind of like a pendant of the Gallon with a mix of, but like you get to choose when it happens. Um, and also you get to, what is it? Well, it is strictly better. It's like a mix of the Gallon and something else that I can't remember the name of. Maybe Zardade. Actually, no, it's like Zardade with, trying to think. Like, it's just a better Zardade, I think. But Zardade is still pretty good. So, Soul is, like, it's just an SP boost. You can just use Essence Orb instead. Like, it's not necessary. Um, Power Stone is 25% increase modifiers for your opponent. So like 25% is like still a decent amount of damage, but overall there are so many boosts you can do that it's almost negligible sometimes, like Buffalot's Beach Bod and Arcane Amp. And on top of that, you can do Arms of Dragon Guard for increased crit rate. If you're nuking, damage isn't really that important for a Beastmaster Ranger. Obviously it is, but it's not as important because we can survive through turns. And we don't have to stun lock them, which is really nice. So obviously a time stone is not as important for us. We're just going to do the smart thing and get a bunch of SP here because we're about to kill it. Look how many stacks we have. We can use 4 Cataclysms next, like in one fight. So, or here. Did I forget to shower or something? So here I think I will actually use a couple Cataclysms. Um, oh, you got Celerity. Interesting. Hmm. Move swiftly and acts 2 extra times per round. That's, luckily we're not taking an extreme amount of damage, are we? Yeah, he doesn't do too much, thank goodness, because we would be absolutely in trouble. Um, let's see how much damage we do here. So, what pet should I use? Wind, light, and dark. What's my strongest? I think wind? No, light, yeah. And then we'll obviously go with pendant and light, dark. Agony's Wrath probably. Um, or I can use Winds of Time, but I won't do that. So we'll use a Cataclysm here. So this increases the damage of both these by 100%. Um, so we probably won't kill him this turn, but we will do a ton of damage. Look at that. Look at that. This is a fairy godmother. Wait, how did he not attack? Is that because of what he has? I'm not sure. But either way, like that was a retarded amount of damage. I do have a question though. Does Cataclysm like apply again? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to double click. Does Cataclysm go again if you have Celerity? Like say you use Shadow Feeder Pendant and then you activate Cataclysm. Do you get Cataclysm for that entire phase? Like you get to attack and then you get your Celerity and then you attack again and then Cataclysm applies? Because I know for Dragon Guard, if you apply Celerity, you get 2 turns of the crit rate instead of 1. Like for that turn, you'll get your crit. Normally when you use Arms of the Dragon Guard, it takes up a turn, and then your opponent goes, and then you get to attack with the crit, and that's it. But if you use Shadow Feeder, then Arms of the Dragon Guard, you get to attack again with the crit, then your opponent attacks, and then you get to attack with the crit again. So you get 2 turns of crits. I don't know if that applies to Cataclysm, but if it does, then that would be actually insane, and I would have to think about getting Shadow Feeder Pendants. Alright, so this should be the boss, right? Um, We have 3 extra charges of Nico, so we'll have 3 cataclysms, which is pretty insane. Um, I didn't really watch the damage. I guess we could have just uh, noticed from that carnage. Well, just if you guys know, let me know. If not, I'll do some research. Actually, I'll do some experimenting and then research. But if it is, oh, I guess that's it. Spurning Solstice, the greatest warrior, 1. So, God Plant Parmesan is the reward. You have to suffer that stench, so now anyone gets... What is this? Oh, it looks like in a Mastercraft because of the price. Seeking between earth or water. So that's good for spellcasting mages. What do we have here? Cryo Dragon Reaver Blade. It's 2 warp 4, but it's altered searing burns on dragon's flesh. So these are going to be good against dragons. Not for us though. So wait, are the quests here? I don't think so, right? No, this never changed. So yeah, I guess that's it. That'll be everything for today, I believe. Donation contest still going on. Fire Champion set is out. I won't be getting that because I don't need it. You don't need it either, but if you feel like supporting them, uh, that's $100. Other than that, I think that's it. If you guys want, I'll do the amazing 1, 2, and 3, which I haven't done on this character yet, so we could do that. I'll start with 1, obviously, but just let me know. So I guess I'll see you guys next time. Peace.